Hey South Riding, Danielle Wateridge here with the Wateridge Group with your real estate recap for South Riding for January 2023. Now, coming out of 2022, there was a lot of chaos and confusion about what had just happened with that market shift and what we were going to see coming into 2023. I want to keep you up to date with what we've seen so far in 2023. We are off to an interesting start in the fact that we still have extremely low inventory, which is putting us in a seller's market, keeping buyer demand very high, despite the fact that rates are obviously not as low as they were last year. So in January, we had 6 properties closed. These were 2 townhouses, 4 single families. Townhouses were down at the 450 mark, or starting there, and then the single families up to 825. So kind of ranging from 450 to 825. This is the lowest number of closings that we've had in our neighborhood since January 2020. So just a testament to the fact that there are just not a lot of houses on the market. And when they do come on, they're getting scooped up pretty quickly, which ties into what we saw happen with the days on market. So our days in market in December was 24. We've come all the way down to 11 days on market on average in South Riding in January 2023. So certainly seeing that trend that mimics the fact that we have low inventory, buyer demand is there, days on market is coming down. Now, when we look at our inventory in South Riding and we compare it to what it was in December, right now at the end of January, we have 0.29 months of inventory in South Riding. In December 2022, we had 0.12 months of inventory. So as a little refresher, a neutral market is considered 6 to 7 months of inventory. Right now, we are sitting at 1/3 of 1 month of inventory. And anything under 6 months supply is deemed to be a seller's market. So this is why by definition, we can say that we are firmly in a seller's market. And in 2008, just for some context, we had 11 months of inventory across the country. So we are still very firmly by definition in a seller's market. So what's happening? We don't have enough homes for buyers to buy. Buyer demand is outpacing the supply that we have. And despite the fact that rates are obviously nowhere near as low as they were last year, there's still a lot of motivating factors for a lot of people that are not necessarily driven by market conditions that dictate that they have to move. And that buyer demand is outpacing the homes that we currently have on the market. Now, to really just highlight that point, at the time that I'm making this video, we have 3 properties currently on the market in South Riding. Only 1 of them is active and 2 of them are coming soon. So obviously, assuming there's more than 3 buyers out there who are waiting for a home in our neighborhood, my guess is that these are going to go very quickly if they are priced correctly for their condition. So if you are an upcoming 2023 seller, rest assured that the market is very much looking in your favor. If you are confused about where to put your time, money, and effort when it comes to preparing your house for sale, please feel free to get in touch. We've put together a wonderful resource for upcoming sellers, which breaks the timeline leading up to listing into manageable chunks, giving you kind of marching orders on what should be done in terms of listing preparation, when, and most importantly, in what order, so that you're not doing work that you end up having to come back to later. So it kind of gives you a chronological order that these things should be done as well. And one of the biggest things that we're hearing from people right now are people who might be motivated to make a move, whether to move up or downsize, and they are very confused about what they should actually do because they are locked into an interest rate right now that starts with a 2 or a 3, and they're looking around at the equally low inventory across Northern Virginia if they're staying here, and they're saying, where am I actually going to go? I would love to move, but I don't know where to go. So if you need some strategy help on how to navigate that situation, this is where we step in and we're able to give really solid advice on what your options would be and whether, the best option might be to stay exactly where you're at. So feel free if you need a sounding board. If you're in that boat, you are not alone. You are in very good company. A lot of people are feeling that right now, and I'd be happy to have a conversation with you about what that might look like and how you might be able to navigate that if you're motivated to do so. So in summary, it is looking very positive for South Riding sellers this spring, as long as you make sure these top 3 things are done. 1, your house is prepared properly for listing. 2, your agent markets it properly. And 3, it is priced correctly for its condition. If you can get those 3 things knocked out of the park, things are going to be very positive for you if you are selling in South Riding over these next few months. On the flip side, if you're looking to purchase in South Riding, obviously there are not a lot of homes on the market and you could find yourself in competition. So it's just very important that you have the right contract strategy, that you're able to be proactive and confident in your decision making, and that you feel prepared and educated about what the process entails so that you can make the right strategic decisions when it comes time to write your contract. As always, as your South Riding neighbor and local real estate resource, I am more than happy to answer any questions that you have about our neighborhood market, about the Northern Virginia market as a whole, or what you might be seeing on the national headlines that aren't quite consistent with what you're hearing from what's going on in Northern Virginia. We are definitely in a little bit of a pocket here, and we are experiencing very, very different market conditions than a lot of the people around the country. So feel free to reach out at any time if I can answer any questions or give any advice.